So here's the latest update on what's happening in the Middle East. On Saturday, the US carried out new airstrikes against ISIS in Syria as part of Operation Hawkeye Strike. And today, Iran is sending a stark warning to the US and Israel, telling them not to cross the line. US officials say the strikes were meant to stop ISIS after recent attacks on American forces. And that part isn't new. The US has been targeting ISIS in Syria for years, but Iran reacts strongly to any US military activity there because it sees it as a threat to its influence and allies in the region. But what makes this moment different is what's happening in Iran itself. Iran's parliament speaker says that if the US attacks Iran, American and Israeli targets could be attacked in response. During an Iranian parliament session, Speaker Mohammad-Bagher Qalibaf said, "In the event of an attack on Iran, both the occupied territory and all American military centers, bases, and ships in the region will be our legitimate targets. We do not consider ourselves limited to reacting after the action and will act based on any objective signs of a threat." Iran is also facing large protests at home, with people angry about high prices, the economy, corruption, and restrictions on freedom. Reports say the government crackdown has also turned deadly. The US has voiced support for protesters, and President Donald Trump has called for freedom for Iran, saying the country is, quote, looking at freedom perhaps like never before, and that the US stands ready to help. Iran's government sees that as interference, which only makes the tensions worse. So while the US is focused on ISIS, Iran is watching carefully, worried about its position in the region and also facing unrest at home. And just today, Iran's exiled Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi encouraged people to take to the streets, adding another layer to the protest.
I ask all of you, today and tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, this time starting at 6 p.m., to come into the streets with flags, images, and national symbols, and to reclaim public spaces as your own. Our goal is no longer merely to come out into the streets. The goal is to prepare to seize city centers and hold them.
So to put it all together, there are a lot of things happening at once. US strikes in Syria, tensions with Iran, and big protests inside the country. All of it is connected, and that's why people around the world are watching closely. For more, be sure to follow us at thenationaldesk.com.